Hey Yaz, loved the video, got me thinking. I think I posted through text. I got to get that book. Let me give. I don't know if it's a slightly different version. You mentioned this Perelman, saying you don't want to go into conversation if you're not willing to have your ideas changed or whatever. Um, I mentioned that in one of my videos as far as, I don't like to get into what I call an exchange of ideas only to find out the other person is not listening in any sense and only desires to see if they can influence me, change me, etc. That is certainly, I think, one of the less honorable reasons to speak and not listen to someone. But I'll give you. I want to give you a quick view. I kept saying I make a video called "I Am, You Are, and There Is," and this will be include at least what I meant to say in that. And this is what I think is the ideal reason behind or ideal frame of mind to use when you go into dialogue, whether you're getting an opportunity to listen to someone or an opportunity to speak or to do both in a dialogue. And that is, I think we should come with three assumptions. Okay, like I said, this is me. I am, you are, and there is. I assume I exist. I've heard the arguments against it. I've heard some of the common philosophical arguments against it. I understand. Even though 5 years ago I'd have said you could not logically even begin to deny your own existence, but you can. That's fine. I put those aside though. I don't find them valuable. That's no place to park the mind. I move on. I believe I exist. I believe also as that you exist. I believe that there are like minds out there, like beings, and I guess this is one place where you can't say I'm anthropomorphizing them. They're like me. They are. So I take a great deal of assumption, make a great deal of assumptions that they'll have similar capabilities, characteristics, tendencies, etc. as me. On top of that, I believe that there are other types of things, beings, minds in existence, and that I perceive them, and that you, as a like mind to me, perceive them. And one of the greatest things we experience in humanity is the ability to compare perceptions. Not only that, but there's several times I've heard people talking about interpreting or understanding has to be in a context. Well, understanding certainly is occurring in a context, but I think I mentioned somewhere else it's important that you are attempting to understand communication from the context of the communicator, or you'll make some serious mistakes, obviously. The beauty of compared perceptions is, whether you like it or not, I think it sharpens the accuracy of your perception. Now here's the assumption I want to hear back on and I guess that's the there is. When I say there is, I'm going further maybe than many of us have. It seems like a lot of us agree there's no absolute truth. I'm going to say, depending on how you define it, there is reality. There's absolute reality. But as many perceptions as there are individuals, and more, because obviously our perceptions can change and do change over time in different circumstances. But I think there's reality, and I use a stone, a large stone as an example. I can see it from 20 feet away, and I know all about stones. Okay, I'm 46 years old. I know all about stones. And then I see a blind person heading toward the stone, and I don't say anything, and they bash their foot up against that stone. Well, that's a horrible thing to happen unless you're watching it on America's Funniest Videos, but my point is, it really, really confirms my belief, my confidence that a stone exists, and that it isn't just some trick that goes on in sight. We all know that the eye can be fooled, but I just saw a stone assert itself into another like mind's life without using any of the four senses, only the one sense. And here's human nature. I can't wait to get up to that person and say, wow, do you know what just happened? And they say, yeah, I just broke my frickin' foot. I say, no, you stumbled onto a stone. And You can go on and they say, I don't call it a stone, I call it a piece of shit, hurt my foot. But the point is, if both people now with nothing to prove, with no pet belief to protect, exchange ideas, I believe they both come away with a sharpened, more accurate description of reality, the reality of that object. Let me stop and see how long this is, but I wanted to throw that out. I see life as endless potential and opportunity to compare perceptions, and it's all the more important when people have two perceptions 180 out. And of course there's all the problems that come up when that happens. We like nothing more than to have a like mind affirm our perception. Maybe sharpen it, but for the most part confirm, support, provide evidence for our perception of reality. Most of us, there's nothing worse than having someone shatter our perception and show to our own satisfaction that we've been wrong, completely wrong about something. And therefore, that makes it very difficult for us to step all the way back to I am, you are, and there is, and let's talk about it. Much harder to get there once we spend some time developing our beliefs.